Hi, I'm Anastasia. Today's yoga practice is a flow all focused on building energy and increasing focus. So when we're doing movements that will build energy and increase focus, there tends to be a lot of back bends, inversions, deep squatting or lunging movements that will build heat in the body and increase our heart rates. Because this practice is a prenatal focused practice as well, although still great for anyone who is not pregnant or postpartum, we're not going to back bend deeply. We are going to do inversions that are a little gentler, but we'll still build lots of heat in the body and increase our heart rate. In terms of the focus aspect of our practice, to increase focus, one great type of movement is balance work. So we will do some balance work today, which will help us to build focus while we're also working the core and stabilization. Find yourself a comfortable seated position. Does not have to be crossed legs, but it can be. Sit up tall, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, crown of your head reaching up to the ceiling. Give your shoulders a big roll up to your ears and down and back. Nice open space in your chest to receive your breath. Your palms can rest in your lap looking upward. You're welcome to close your eyes to bring your attention to your body. We start to move that breath in and out the nose only. Long, slow inhales, filling up the chest cavity and abdomen completely with air. And full exhales, pushing out every drop of that breath. We move that breath intentionally. Right now, slowing down the heart rate. With your next few inhales, take a little inventory of your body, noting how all the different parts of it are feeling today. If any part of it is in need of some extra care or attention, just make a mental note of it so that you can do so throughout our practice. With your next few exhales, let go of your day, anything you've already done, whatever you have left to do, anything troubling your mind or your spirit, just drifting away. With your body and mind brought into focus in your space, please silently set an intention for your practice. This could be something physical, like challenging your heart rate, or something mental, like increasing focus. Set yours silently now. Maintain this nasal breath throughout our practice. You're welcome to have your eyes closed at any time. Just be aware that this affects your balance. We begin to move, inhaling, opening the arms, lifting the chest and face. Exhale to round, drawing the navel in, tucking the chin like you're giving a great big hug. Follow your breath as you inhale and exhale. We do not have to move in unison, and your range of motion could be very different from mine, especially if you are not pregnant. Right now, I am 26 weeks, so like 6.5 months. My range of motion has definitely increased. You're welcome to take big ranges of motion as it works for you. Do what's safe for your body. Next inhale, we reach up, looking toward the fingertips. Exhale, palms and chin toward your heart. Follow your breath. 2 more cycles of breath. One more cycle of breath. Find neutral spine. Let's go ahead and bring the legs out in front of us. Soles of the feet can come together. Heels are far from the groin. We'll take an inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. So we can stay with using the same leg for leverage if it's not safe to twist over the torso quite as much. If you are pregnant, we want to keep this space really open, not cutting off circulation to the baby. Next inhale, we reach. Exhale, we twist. Of course, if you're not, feel free to go as deeply as you need. Shoulders stay down from the ears. And inhale, reach. Exhale, fold it over. We can grab onto those legs or feet and wear forehead, aiming for the insteps of your feet. Maybe it even gets there. Inhale and exhale, release. Coming into a boat pose. Boat pose is a balance on our sitting bones, but it's also a heat builder. We build lots of heat in the core when we do a boat pose, so both for energy and focus. Let's bend the knees. We're gonna sit up tall, shoulders move down and back, leaning back until you feel your core engage. You decide where that is. It may not be very far, and that's okay. You can stay here. I also invite you to do an assisted boat pose. We can grab onto those legs and help them up a little bit. We'll keep those shoulders down and back flat. Breathe, 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 and release. Bring those feet down with soles of feet together. Hands come behind you. Little back bend. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's go ahead and take those legs to a small V. So maybe if you're sitting on your mat, your heels go to the edges or right outside. Big inhale, reach up, and exhale, let's fold. So if it works, we can use the peace fingers to hook those big toes as we stretch forward and downward. Making sure that neck is relaxed. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's take a twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. We can use same leg or reach across. Spiraling those vertebrae up toward the sky. Next inhale, we reach. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms to your heart. Taking another boat pose. Of course, you're welcome to move without the assistance of holding the legs. I'm going to stay with this assisted move today, but take it up a notch from that place. So we bend the knees, we sit up tall, shoulders down and back. Lean back till you feel that core engage. Remember, you don't have to support, but if you would like to, go ahead. From here, keeping those shoulders down, if it feels good, we're gonna stretch those legs long. Keeping that chest forward. Breathe, 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 and release. Hands come behind you, feet plant hip width. You can take just a little back bend again, or you can press it up into a tabletop. We can look forward or drop the head back. Inhale and exhale, release. Now we're going to take those legs very wide. So as wide as you can sit, we'll say comfortably. Toes are looking up toward the ceiling. You can't see mine right now, but we'll keep them there. Inhale, reach. Exhale, float it down. And if that little V was wide enough for you before, come to it again. And we can walk it forward as much as needed. Every exhale, sending the breath into the tight places. Inhale and exhale, walk it up. We'll leave those legs where they are. Inhale, reach. Exhale to twist. Coming across if you need. Shoulders stay down. So as we take those legs wider and we have less leverage from the leg potentially, really working that core a lot more. Next, inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, palms to your heart. Let's bring those legs in. One more boat pose. Again, building that heat in the body today. Going to increase our energy as a result. Sitting tall, we can lean back till we feel that core engage. Keep those arms there or grab the legs to lift into boat pose. Shoulders stay down and back. If you would like, extend those legs. If you would like, spreading them a little wide. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. You can let go if you want. Hold and breathe. And release. Let's bend those knees a lot. We're going to draw those heels in as far as we can. Hook those big toes. Inhale and exhale. Rounding it over. For our bound angle. Releasing the spine. Inhale and exhale, release. Let's go ahead and move on to our hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of the feet relaxed on the mat. If the wrists feel strained at any time in this position, you're welcome to come to the fists for more support. Inhaling and exhaling through cat-cow. Inhale, face and hips lift, belly drops. Exhale to round, drawing the navel up and in. Follow your breath. After your next exhale, find neutral spine. Neither arched nor rounded, gaze just in front of your fingertips and belly gently lifted. Coming into a bird dog position, this is a balance as well and helps to build the heat in the core. Let's send that right leg back, stretching it long. We can flex the foot, keeping those hips square to your mat. Reaching the left arm long, opposite arm and leg. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And release. Spread your fingers wide, index fingers forward. Tuck your toes behind you. Lift your hips back and up to downward facing dog. Press your chest back, looking through your legs. Feel free to pedal or wiggle. Just doing what feels good. Drop to your knees, taking them as wide as you want. Big toes together behind you, hips back towards your heels. Forehead can come to your mat. Arms can reach. They can come behind the head in prayer or around the legs. Now it's up to you. This is your child's pose. It's meant to be restful, so do it in a way that feels restful. The time as that heart rate goes up to help bring it down a little bit, slow the breath some. So if at any time during our practice you need to come here, please do. Let's come back to hands and knees again. Inhaling and exhaling through cat-cow. Follow your breath. One more cycle of breath. And find neutral spine, neither arched nor rounded. Gaze just beyond your fingertips. We don't want the head dangling down either. From here, stretch your left leg behind you, keeping the hips square to your mat. Core is strong. If and when you're ready, we reach that right arm to opposite arm and leg. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. And release. Spread your fingers wide, index fingers forward. Tuck your toes, lift back and up. Pressing that chest back. Again, you can pedal or wiggle, doing what feels good. And now let's walk the feet up toward the hands. They're separated about hip distance as we relax into forward fold. Top of the head draws down. Shake it yes and no. Make sure it's dangling heavy like a bowling ball from a string. Grasp your elbows if you'd like and rock or sway. Even here, this is a gentle inversion. Our head is below our heart, so it qualifies as an inversion. Release the elbows, soften your knees, roll up, support on the thighs if needed. Head comes up last. We give the shoulders a big roll up to the ears and down and back. Abdomen and tailbone. Hold inward in mountain pose Tadasana. It's also a very convenient rest should you need it at any time. As we move through our sun salutation, we'll begin in chair pose in order to build that heat in the body and increase that heart rate. Feet hip distance. We want to be all lined up. I'll start facing you and then I'll turn side. Make sure hips, knees, ankles, and toes are all pointing forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit back into your imaginary chair. So knees do not fall in, they do not fall out, they stay straight forward. We reach long, draw the abs in, and the tailbone tucks. Continue to breathe. Next inhale, stand tall, and exhale, fold. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, half lift, look forward, flatten your back, touching shins, thighs, or floor. Exhale, hands come down, walk, step, or jump to your plank. We can be on the toes or on the knees for our Chaturanga. Inhale at the top. Exhale, elbows stay close as we float down. If you are pregnant, not going all the way to the belly, you can find cobra or upward facing dog. If you are not pregnant, you can feel free to meet your mat. If we're in cobra, those elbows are soft, shoulders and earlobes far apart. We release back. Tuck the toes and find your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump forward. Release and fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. So our sun salutation is a perfect example of an energy and focus building vinyasa. And we're going through gentle inversion like downward dog, a gentler back bend like a cobra, as well as building heat by moving a little more quickly and starting with that chair pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back into your imaginary chair. We can check the form, knees, toes pointing forward. Draw in. Breathe. 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 Next inhale, stand tall. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Look forward, flatten your back. Exhale, hands come down. Walk, step, or jump to your plank from the toes or the knees. Inhale, exhale, Chaturanga, float down. Releasing into your cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders and earlobes far apart. And we release back. Downward facing dog. Again, if it is safe for you to go all the way to your belly, you are welcome to. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump forward. Release and fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Pausing here for a moment, we have one more of the sun salutation variation. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back into your imaginary chair. Core strong, tailbone tucked, spine long. Next inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, half lift, look forward, flatten your back. Exhale, hands come down, walk, step, or jump to your plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, Chaturanga, float down. Inhale into your back bend of choice. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump forward. Release and fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Pausing here for a moment, thumbs at your sternum. Feel that heart beating faster. Feel that heat that is built up in your body. Bring your focus back to your breath and your intention. Toward the front of your mat, soften your knees, and we step that left foot back, spinning it flat, aiming those hips forward to reach up in our warrior one. Stepping wider if needed to help those hips, bending as deeply as you want into that front knee. Moving into our warrior three. We're going to keep reaching those arms long. We're going to try to move as smoothly as we can, lifting that back leg from the floor, keeping those hips square to the mat as we did in that bird dog position. Trying to get the whole body and leg parallel with the floor. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And step back. We're going to turn those toes forward, outward a little bit, and about shoulder width. If you're standing the other direction on your mat, your heels might be on your mat and your toes a little wider. Palms at your heart for Malasana. Inhale and exhale, we sink it down. Maybe you stop here, maybe you continue down into that very deep squat. Shoulders are down. We might use those elbows to press outward on those knees, on the insides of the thighs rather. These deep squats and lunges, definitely increasing our heart rate to build that energy. Press through the feet to come up, coming into a balance. Now, if you need a little extra help with your balance, you could step off of your mat or even grab a piece of furniture or a wall. From here, we're going to stand firmly on that right foot, base of big toe, base of little toes and heels, your tripod of stability for tree pose. That knee can turn outward with the toes on the floor. The foot could come to the calf, or we can bring that heel up toward the groin. But please do not put any pressure on your knee. If you would like, from here, we can reach those arms up overhead. If you would like, opening those branches. Your tree pose, a wonderful balance to build focus. You can stare at a still spot in front of you to help you balance, or challenge it even more by shifting the gaze or closing one eye or both. Palms back to your heart and release. Very nice. Soften your knees. And we step that right foot back, big step. Hips look forward. Can step wider if needed as we find our warrior one. Breathe. As smoothly as we can, moving off of that back foot. Our warrior three is a challenging balance. For this one too, you could move off your mat or grab a wall or piece of furniture as support. Push off that back leg and we reach. Hips look toward the mat. reach long through heel and fingertips. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And we release, stepping a little bit wide, toes looking out. I will continue to face you. Inhale and exhale. We sit it down into Malasana, going only as low as what you need. So we can stop up a little higher if you want. If your knees are not so keen with going quite as deep, keep your shoulders relaxed and your chest up. Inhale and exhale, press through those feet. Coming into our tree pose. Again, stepping off the mat if needed. From here, planting that left foot firmly onto the floor. Knee out with toes on the floor, knee out with foot on the calf, or foot to that thigh. We can reach up or open those arms. Hold and breathe. If we squeeze the glute and the abs, we get a little more support here. Release it down with as much control as possible. Very nice. Pausing for a moment with your palms at your heart in our Tadasana. We will come through this vinyasa once more on each side. Soften the knees. Step your left foot back. Shift those hips to look forward like the two headlights of a car. Reach your arms. Always maintaining that nasal breath. Inhale and exhale. We'll move off of that back leg. Hips look toward the floor. Reach long in our warrior three. Breathe. 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 And release. Toes look outward. Palms to your heart. Inhale. And exhale, we sit it down into Malasana. Going only as deeply as what works for you. Maybe even shifting those hips side to side while you're down here. Inhale and exhale. Press through those feet to come all the way up. If you need a greater challenge on your balance here for tree pose, stay on your mat or even fold it up to make more cushion. Finding that still spot on the floor somewhere in front of you to gaze. Toes on the floor, knee can look out. Foot on the calf or foot, heel up toward the groin. Squeeze the abs and glutes tight. We can reach those arms or even open them. Another greater challenge, you could close one eye or both, or look upward. Release with as much control as you're able. Some of our balances can increase our heart rate as well. Soften your knees. Step that right foot back. Big step. Foot looks outward at about a 45-degree angle. Square those hips forward and reach your arms. With as much control as possible, we move off of that back leg, finding our balance in Warrior 3. Square those hips toward the mat. Reach along through heel and fingertips. Inhale and exhale, release. Stepping those feet about hip distance. Again, I'll continue to face you. Toes are wider than heels. Inhale and exhale, sink it down. Malasana, garland pose. We can rock a little bit. Whatever feels good. Engaging those deep core and pelvic floor muscles. Inhale and exhale, press through your feet to come all the way up. Finding our last tree pose, Vrikshasana. Grounding down through that left foot. Toes on the mat, foot on the calf, or heel up toward the groin. Again, no pressure on the knee itself. We can reach those arms. We can open them. We can adjust the gaze if you need more of a challenge. Release with as much control as you're able. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, float it down. Relax your head and neck. And we'll just step back to find a child's pose. Again, you can take those arms long, behind the head in prayer, or around the legs. If you were wobbly or you fell out of any balance, that is okay. That is totally normal. Just means you were challenging yourself well enough to lose the balance. And in those moments, we're able to find improvement. Slow the breath here and the heart rate. And let's walk it up to find a seated position. Does not have to be crossed legs, just a nice easy pose, Sukhasana. Shoulders move down and back. Drop your chin toward your chest. Roll your right ear toward your right shoulder, and we'll continue in this slow circle. Thinking about lengthening the space between the vertebrae rather than crunching them down. We built heat and energy in the body, now cooling it down. Once the chin reaches the chest again, reverse direction. Pause with your chin toward your chest. Still in your comfortable seat, take a big inhale, lift up, and exhale, side bend. Shining that heart up toward the sky, opening the rib cage. Next, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, take it up and over. You can gaze wherever it works for your neck. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Go ahead and extend your left leg long. Coming into cradle pose, we're going to bring that right knee into the crook of the right shoulder. We can grab that right foot with the left hand. If your hip is feeling good about it, we could bring that foot into the crook of the left elbow. Shoulders stay down. We stay sitting tall, and you can rock with this. You can bring that foot up and down, whatever feels good. Now let's send that right leg long. Left knee comes up into the crook of the left elbow. We can grab that foot with the right hand or bring the foot into the crook of the elbow. Sitting tall, shoulders down. We can rock. We can lift that heel up and down, whatever feels good. Those shoulders away from the ears. And we release that leg down. Let's take that small V. First, we're going to interlace the fingers behind, open the chest. Looking upward, we can keep those hands away from the mat. Inhale, exhale, float it over. If it works, those arms can move over the body a little bit. Chin tucks. Inhale and exhale, lift up. One more nice stretch here. Inhale, reach, and exhale, fold. Again, we can hook those big toes as we stretch forward and downward. You're welcome to bring your legs closer if you do not need this extra space. Keeping the gaze towards your legs or the mat. Inhale and exhale, release. We'll take one more twist before we come into relaxation. A lot of times before a final relaxation, twists are done lying on the back. I'm not going to lead that today because generally not safe to lie flat on the back at this point during pregnancy, but if you are safe to lie flat on your back and do your spine twist from there, you can. Let's take an inhale, reach, And exhale, twist, using whichever leg for leverage you want. Shoulders down from the ears, prepping that spine for Shavasana. Next inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, palms to your heart. Now, since I just mentioned that being flat on the back is generally not safe past 20 weeks of pregnancy, always check with your doctor, please. You can lie on your side. You could sit comfortably, whatever works for you. If it's okay for you to do Shavasana in the traditional manner, please do. We will do our relaxation together, and I'll wake us up to close the practice. Let's come on down. Finding whatever position works for you. Wherever you can let all those muscles that we built that energy and heat in just start to relax. Every muscle melting into your mat. Close your eyes. Relax your brow, relax your jaw. And where we build so much focus, we can just let our minds drift away to somewhere very, very peaceful. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, slowly waking them up. Rock your head from side to side. If you're not already there, roll onto either side into a fetal position. When you're ready, use your two strong arms to push you into a comfortable seated position. Does not have to be crossed legs, but it can be. Sit up tall, stacking those vertebrae. You're welcome to close your eyes again and bring that focus inward. Reflect upon your intention. Thank yourself for working toward it. Know that you did something wonderful for your body, your mind, your spirit. We built energy and heat throughout the body, brought focus to the mind. Take a big inhale, gathering up all of our benefits. Exhale through the mouth. Thank you so much for letting me teach you today. Namaste. Because this practice was for energy building and focus, it's a great practice for in the morning before work to get you ready for your day, or if you need that extra pep in your step midday, it's a great time to do it as well. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to the page so that you can get notifications about when I post a new one, which is once a week. We'll continue with the prenatal focus, but again, this is a great flow for anyone who's safe to practice yoga. Have a beautiful day.